Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for always coming through, supporting your girl. You all are amazing. Thank you all so much. So today we'll be talking about a white man whose ego was totally dismantled. Yes, they dismantled his ego. He actually came out to say that majority of black women are aggressive. And I am asking, where did you get this majority of black women are aggressive? Because I don't get it. But you know what? A lot of people actually came out to ask him questions, and his ego was totally shattered. Say go to the screen. Do not roll this clip. Do not click away. Let me roll this clip, and do not forget to let me know what you all think in the comment section. So straight up, let me roll the clip.
The vast majority of black women I've encountered have been brusque and aggressive.
When I first saw this, I thought, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he does acknowledge in the video that he is a white guy, and maybe he's just speaking from his own personal experiences, his own very limited personal experience. But then I saw this.
And it ain't racist to point out the reality. Successful black men, they go and get themselves a white woman. A feminine, submissive white woman. One who wants to focus on taking care of her man. Not, as you said, get their bag. Because one thing is true for white and black men. Neither of us are turned on by you getting your bag. But that's fine. You go ahead and get yours. Make all the money you can and be set for life. You're going to need it. Because the type of men that are sticking around for women like that, yeah, they're going to need to be taken care of. They're going to need somebody to pay their living expenses. Because all the successful black men went and found themselves a white girl. But you go ahead and get your bag and pick from the ones that are left over. The ones the white girls threw back.
Because now, after watching that second video, it's clear that the first video was not an attempt at honest discussion based on your own experience. What it sounds like is that you were just using it as a pretext in order to give your own take and be critical about black women. And I understand that those are two different videos, but that sentiment that you expressed in the second one was probably always present. But let's get to the substance, shall we? First and foremost, this idea of black women not being feminine. Maybe it's the type of energy that you give off. Maybe you haven't been inviting or welcoming or friendly to black women, so maybe the aggression that you see is what you give. But let's just say you're just going off of what you've observed, and it's not necessarily people that you have interacted with. You don't know what's going on in those women's lives or in those situations or whatever, right? So you're making a judgment from a distance, which is always easy to do. That being said, from personal experience, and I'm willing to bet that I know more black women than you, that black women have no problem with being feminine and showing femininity. So again, your perspective is limited. This actually lines up perfectly with studies that we've seen that people interpret black women, and not just black women, black girls, as being more aggressive, as being more adult-like and older than they are. Not necessarily because of behavior, but just because of perception. This CNN clip is a perfect example of that.
Black woman walking and spraying stuff on the sidewalks and trees on Elizabeth and Florence. I don't know what the hell she's doing. It scares me, though.
Did you have any clothing description or anything?
She's a real small woman, real tiny.
But I'll indulge you for a minute, so let's roll with your line of thinking. And let's just say that black women are more aggressive. Did it ever occur to you that black women have had to be that way? They've had to be stronger, presenting as stronger and less feminine in order to deal with 300 plus years of bullshit? I mean, that is if you buy into history, actual history. Did that ever cross your mind? Black women have had to be strong. Here's the kicker for me. You then try to speak for successful black men. But how many successful black men do you actually know? How many? What data, what studies did you look at to come up with this conclusion? In the midst of your tirade about what black men want and how they don't want black women, you then insult us, those who have chosen black women, by suggesting that white women have thrown the rest of them back. Not only does that imply that white women are just a prize and more valuable, and that black women end up with the scraps that they have left over, you are, again, demeaning, demonizing, insulting, and just outright shitting on an entire group of people. So let me just clarify something really quick and right here. 1, black women are inferior to nobody. Nobody. That's black men, or white women. You can get that shit out your brain right now. Secondly, you don't get to be our voice. You don't get to speak for us. I don't know what your definition of success is, and I don't care. You don't get to speak for the poor, the middle class, the upper middle class, the rich, the wealthy, the educated, the uneducated. You are not our voice. You don't know what we think. You don't know what we want. The end. Period. Roll the credits. Now again, if you had wanted to have a good faith discussion, we could have had a good faith discussion, and I would have politely explained why your statement, based on your limited experience, was completely ignorant. But that's not what you wanted to have. Before I wrap this up, I want to go back to what I said I was going to go back to, which is this notion that black women are not feminine. And you also threw in the lack of submissiveness, because, I mean, let's be honest, there are a lot of people today who complain about women not being submissive to their men. And you know what? When I hear that, whenever I hear men complain about women not being submissive, this is across the board. There's one thing that it shows me over and over. That one thing that these men have in common: weakness.
All right, before I continue, I am going to say that this man deserves a big hug. I absolutely love how he came all out, and that is super amazing. Yes, I must be truthful on that, right? And it's just crazy how when people like, you don't know black women, they just come out to pew what they just, like, you know, they just want to say something. And I am a black woman, right? And I feel this is a very big insult to black women, but black community as a whole. But I am happy Big Brother kept him where he is supposed to be. You know what? This is not the end of it. I am still gonna roll the clip so you all will hear what people are saying about this. So still stay glued. Let's get into it.
Throughout my life, I've met very few feminine black women. Vast majority of black women I've encountered have been brusque and aggressive in the way they acted, not the way they looked. So my question is, do you think it's society doing it? Or is it just the behaviors of black women in society today?
Let me break this down. Black women are not aggressive. They just choose to be feminine for the men they want to be feminine for, and you just happen to be not one of those men they want to be feminine for. Not only that, but look at every fucking movie from the 50s and on of white women who had to just be young and dumb and obedient to their fucking man and just cook and clean. Meanwhile, black women were fighting for civil rights with their black men in this fucking country. And men who need women like that are just insecure boys who can't handle a woman who is smarter and stronger than them. And yes, our white society have put black women in a position where they have to be mentally and physically stronger than the average white woman, because we are constantly killing their black men and women and putting them in a position where they're being treated as the second-class fucking human beings, when in reality, they just want to fucking live their life and raise their family and have a good fucking life, but we refuse to allow them to be treated as fucking equals. And nobody wants to talk about that because it hurts white people's feelings, and this is why they don't want to teach CRT or any kind of other fucking black history in this fucking country, because white people's feelings are always more important important than black people's lives. Which is exactly why white people hate me so much, because I'm exposing the fucking truth. Yet black people have been saying the same shit for fucking decades. Yet white people always tell them to stop playing fucking victim or pull themselves up by the bootstraps, when white people just don't want to fucking expose the truth because they benefit from a system that benefits only white people because they have white privilege, yet they don't want to change the system, because if they do that, they will lose all their fucking privileges and other people will have access to the same things and benefits that white people got. Which is exactly why white people are throwing a fucking fit right now and playing victim and calling reverse racism, because they're being called out on their fucking bullshit and they can't fucking handle it, when all in reality it's just being held accountable for your fucking actions. This is why white people fucking hate me. This is why they want me to stop. And this is why they don't want to teach CRT or any other fucking black history in this fucking country. My name is Eric Stone. Doses.
Hold on, let me say this real quick, because I seen this on a Fresh and Fit last night, and this is so fucking wrong. Black women are not so masculine, and they're the only masculine and aggressive women on this planet. That is so fucking racist, bro. It's crazy. I don't understand this shit, dude. Dude, as someone who's half white, Italian, Sicilian to be specific, bro, all of the women in my family are masculine as fuck. As someone who dated mostly all white Latinas, bro, they're all masculine as fuck. I can't tell them shit. I'll never listen to those men. Nino, you don't tell me what to do. Nino, I don't need you. That's what they all be saying. It has nothing to do with black women, bro. Stop fucking disrespecting black women, because I'm half black, bro. And I have black fucking sisters. That's a fact. And my sisters are not super masculine. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all are fucking racist, dude. And man, you gotta talk about that shit. Real talk.
So this is all the stitches we got from this, and I absolutely enjoy watching them talk about black women, all right? And I absolutely want to read your comments. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. When a black woman refuses to be anybody's doormat, they term that person, you are absolutely masculine and aggressive. But that is their problem, not ours. We've got so many important things to attend to. That shouldn't be one of our problems. How can it be a problem to us? Thank you all for all the support. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.